In June 2012 in Ontario County, New York, the story of love, betrayal and tragedy unfolds. This is the case of Adam Chase, a man whose disappearance would reveal a web of deceit and a crime that shook the very foundations of a community.
When you were taking him out of the house, did you cut him up or anything?
He just fell apart.
Adam Chase and Rose's paths crossed during their high school years, where they found a common ground despite their different social experiences. Adam, known for his popularity, also had a unique side to him, marked by his interests in swords, computer games, and Renaissance culture. His endearing personality and hobbies made him stand out, as a bit quirky yet lovable. Rose, on the other hand, faced challenges and was often the target of bullying due to her learning disability. Despite these obstacles, she shared a deep interest in science fiction with Adam. This shared passion laid the foundation for their friendship, which blossomed into a romantic relationship over time. Before reaching his senior year, Adam made the decision to leave high school, but he later achieved his GED and explored various employment opportunities, although he suggested that Rose should also leave school. Her mother insisted on the importance of completing her education, advising that they could consider living together afterwards. By June 2001, Adam and Rose had tied the knot. Initially, they chose to live with Adam's family as a practical, financial decision. As time passed, they successfully saved enough to establish their own independent living space. This led them to their new home, a trailer nestled in the town of Bristol, New York. The journey to parenthood was filled with challenges for the couple, but after several years of effort, they were elated to learn that Rose was pregnant. With the arrival of their son on the horizon, Adam chose to leave his job to take on the role of an at-home dad, supporting Rose as she progressed in her career. In 2011, desiring to be closer to their family members, Adam and Rose made the decision to buy a modest house in Stanley, New York, with their son nearing the age to start kindergarten. Adam embarked on a job hunt, eager to embrace new career opportunities. On the morning of June 14, 2012, Rose stopped by the home of Sylvia, Adam's mother, to pick up their son. While there, she confided in Sylvia about a recent argument she had with Adam, which had escalated dramatically, resulting in Adam punching a wall and leaving their house. According to Rose, Adam had departed without taking his cell phone or car, cutting off any way to contact him. Sylvia, concerned, questioned why Rose hadn't called her immediately after the incident. Rose explained that she initially thought Adam had simply gone for a walk. To cool down, however, by the time Rose arrived to pick up their son, Adam had been missing for approximately 7 hours, raising Sylvia's suspicions that something might be amiss. The following day, June 15th, with Adam still unaccounted for and having been out of contact for nearly a full day, Sylvia took the step of filing a missing person report with the authorities. Police officers visited Rose to gather information regarding Adam's disappearance. Rose recounted to them the same details she had shared with Sylvia. About the argument they had, she elaborated on the problems that began surfacing after Adam decided to become a full-time, stay-at-home father, according to Rose. Adam's engagement with his online role-playing games intensified, often taking precedence over his attention to her and their son. She recalled an incident to the police where their son wandered out of the house, unsupervised and unclothed, only to be brought back home by neighbors. Rose expressed her concerns to Adam about his gaming habits, suggesting he needed help, but he was not receptive to her concerns. On the day of Adam's disappearance, his parents had agreed to take care of their grandson, allowing Rose and Adam to have a discussion. Unfortunately, the conversation escalated, leading to Adam punching the wall and leaving the house, after which he hadn't been seen or contacted. On June 18th, when the police visited the Chase residence again, they requested permission to search the house. Rose consented, but appeared visibly uneasy when they reached the basement. She explained to the officers that the basement had recently flooded, which was the source of a noticeable odor there. Upon inspection, the police noted the signs of a leak in the basement. Accompanying them was a cadaver dog, which, however, did not alert to anything unusual. It was later disclosed that this dog was specifically trained for outdoor searches, not indoor environments. It is now November, and Adam has been missing for 5 months. On November 14th, the police organized a press conference to seek assistance from the public. They appealed for any information and also urged Adam, whom they believed might have left voluntarily, to make contact if possible.
Adam, if you are seeing this, can you please come home to your family? They really do miss you. And if anybody knows where Adam is, please contact the Ontario County Sheriffs so this way the family can know how he is and that he's okay.
The day after the police conference, Adam's family, excluding Rose, conducted their own press briefing. They expressed their dissatisfaction with the police's approach to the investigation, criticizing them for treating it merely as a missing person case rather than suspecting foul play. During this conference, Adam's family leveled serious allegations against Rose, claiming she had been involved in multiple extramarital affairs. They even claimed to have evidence to support their accusations, citing an incident where a family friend allegedly witnessed Rose engaging in intimate behavior with another man in a park, capturing the moment in a photograph. This photo, according to Sylvia, Adam's mother, had been shown to Adam just days before his disappearance. Adam had apparently seen the photo and planned to confront Rose about it. Sylvia reported this information to the police, but felt they did not give it due consideration. The police, according to her, viewed Rose as cooperative and unlikely to be involved in Adam's disappearance. Convinced of Rose's involvement, Adam's family took a more direct approach. They turned up at her house making verbal accusations. This led Rose to call the police, claiming harassment in turn. The police warned Adam's family to stop this behavior or face potential arrest. A local private investigator and acquaintance of the Chase family, Rodney G. Miller, was firmly of the belief that Rose played a role in Adam's disappearance. On December 13th, Rodney reached out to Sandra Armisen, who was the babysitter in the area, for her assistance in his investigation. He requested that Sandra convey a message to Rose, falsely stating there had been a significant development in the police investigation. Rose arrived at Sandra's place slightly later than expected to collect her son. Sandra told Rose that she assumed she was late due to Rose being engaged in a conversation with the investigators. Surprised, Rose questioned why Sandra would think that, to which Sandra responded by reiterating the fabricated update about the case. Sandra observed that upon hearing this, Rose's complexion turned pale and she quickly left the house. Following this encounter, Sandra informed Rodney about Rose's reaction. Rodney then took it upon himself to confront Rose directly at her home. In a bold move, he asked her outright about the whereabouts of Adam's remains. Shockingly, Rose responded not with a location of burial, but by admitting that she had burned Adam's body. Following Rose's confession, Rodney immediately informed both the police and Adam's family. Upon their arrival at Rose's residence, Sylvia, Adam's mother, was overcome with emotion and confronted Rose. Rose then directed the police to her mother's property, where she indicated a specific burn pile. It was here that the police discovered human remains, which were later identified as Adam's. Upon revealing this information, Rose began to cry, and officers noted that she seemed to exhibit a sense of relief for having shared this information.
When you were taking him out of the house, did you cut him up or anything? Did you need any tools or anything? Or because if you did, where would those be?
He just fell apart.
Okay. All right. How long had he been there?
He's been there about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay. So when we were in there the night that we came over, me and Investigator Durgan, where in the basement was he?
The part that I told you the light wouldn't work.
Mhm.
I had him along the wall,
Mhm.
and he was underneath all this stuff that was in that corner.
Okay. All right. How'd you get in there?
I tried.
By yourself? He's a pretty big guy. And, you know, when somebody can't move, it's hard to move.
It was very difficult.
Okay.
I will admit it was difficult.
The day that he called into work, is that when this happened? Okay. What happened?
Him and I called into work so this way we could work things out.
Okay.
He went back to asleep after he called up his boss.
Okay.
I tried waking him up. It took me a while, but he finally got up. He went upstairs to grab his smoke. Then he started going on the computer, and I thought we were going to talk about this. Started arguing again about the fact that Mark kissed me. And I go, yes, it was only a kiss. And he goes, well, you told me last night that we're going to get a DNA test done on Tristan. I told him then, no need, Tristan's not yours. He got furious, punched the wall.
Okay, and that was the hole that we saw, right?
I went to grab him. He did push me away. I went to grab him again, and I don't know how, if he tried to push me away again, or if I tried to grabbed him wrong, but his foot caught the stairs, and he tumbled down the stairs. I remember it was a sunny day, and the light was coming in from the window right there. So I grabbed him. He went to push me away again. That's when his right foot caught the edge of the stairs, and he just tumbled.
I guess what I'm having trouble with is if this was him falling down the stairs, why do we go through all this? I mean, what do we go through all this for? Help me figure this out, because...
At first, I thought everyone was going to think it was murder.
Mm-hmm.
That I offed him on purpose. And then after I hit the body, and dog came in, I was pretty lucky. I was going to turn myself in several times.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that kept shying me away from turning myself in was how his family acted.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean by that?
As in, what they were doing was, pissing me off.
Mm-hmm.
How about they were, saying that I did all this stuff without physical evidence, and it really pissed me off, and I just wanted...
So this drags on mostly because of their treatment of you after this happens?
Correct.
Is that okay?
Rose's trial started on October 8, 2013. During the trial, the police played an interview they conducted with Rose. Following her arrest in the interview, Rose explained that her intention was to salvage her marriage, but their conversation had turned into an argument. She recounted how Adam had accused her of infidelity, which she initially denied. However, when Rose told Adam that his child was not his, Adam punched the wall in frustration. Rose further claimed that as Adam was leaving, he accidentally fell down the stairs. The police, skeptical of her story, questioned if she had pushed him. Rose admitted to pushing him down the second flight of stairs, but claimed that he was already deceased by that point. She also revealed that Adam's body had been in the basement when the police conducted their search with the cadaver dog. In a disturbing revelation, Rose confessed that in late July she decided to dispose of Adam's body. She described the gruesome process in detail, noting how easily Adam's body dismembered. She shockingly added that their 5-year-old son was present with her when most of Adam's remains on her mother's property. In her defense, Rose maintained that Adam's death was accidental. Her legal team argued that while she did push him down the second flight of stairs, it was not possible to cause the death of someone already deceased. Notably, her defense chose not to call any witnesses to the stand. On October 18, 2013, the conclusion of the trial saw Rose convicted of second-degree murder. The court sentenced her to a prison term ranging from 24 years to life. Despite the verdict, Rose continued to assert her innocence. She attributed her conviction to the influence of Adam's family. As per the sentence, she would be eligible to apply for parole in the year 2038. The custody of Adam and Rose's one was granted to Adam's family in 2014, while Rose's primary sentence was confirmed upon appeal. The charge related to endangering during the welfare of a child that had been levied against her was successfully overturned. It appears that Rose lacked emotional attachment to her husband, as evidenced by her demeanor during the interrogation video, where she displayed a notable absence of emotion. While it's often said that one cannot predict their own reaction and extreme situations, Rose's behavior, particularly her discussion about disposing of her husband's remains with their young child present, suggests a certain level of callousness. Instead of accepting responsibility for her actions, she places the blame on Adam's family. Adam's family, deeply affected by the events, have expressed their intention to attend every parole hearing for Rose, hoping that she remains incarcerated.